My name is Tommy Walker, and I'm a journalist and photographer based in Hong Kong. My first photographic contribution is of the middle-aged man who was arrested in Mong on October 13th. At the time, his arrest was a symptom of the street demonstrations that were actually heating up that day. Protesters were gathering off Nathan Road, and what happened is that the police hurriedly came in to intervene, and they began instructing protesters to stay within certain areas of the street. Now, this middle-aged man, I remember him being a little agitated from the start, but like in a mischievous way. He was like a big kid. And I think he was trying to walk home to an area where the police had actually cordoned off. Anyway, when the police weren't really paying much attention to him, I remember him making a dash for it. So he actually ran into the area that he wanted to go, hoping the police wouldn't catch him. But unfortunately for him, he just ran into a squad of special tactical squad officers who really aggressively wrestled him to the ground. Now, for me getting this photo, I remember being fairly close to the situation, which was, quite lucky to start with. But with the help of some quick lens work, I managed to find a couple of angles where I managed to take this photo. The police had actually tried to keep the press back with their shields, but there was also a grey metal fence in the way initially too. Anyway, the man was wrestled to the ground and subsequently detained and arrested. And that's when I managed to get this shot, when he was getting manhandled and escorted away. What did I take away from my time in Hong Kong? Well, as I'm saying this, I'm still here. So it's just been an eye-opener to see the change from when I first came here. And like I said at the start of my conversation, 2018 to me was the last year for Hong Kong, in its normality, because 2019 saw the raging protests and 2020 has seen new laws and things changed politically, here in the laws, people are leaving. So I'm still trying to process what I've taken away. But all I would say to this point is that there's a tremendous grit about the people of Hong Kong. They will not go quietly. They will not change quietly. They will stick by their beliefs and what they believe is worth fighting for. And as a city, I've never personally come across such a resistance that is so passionate, and just I've been honoured to be in Hong Kong at this time, and I just think that in many years, whatever happens in the future with international relations between superpowers and the world, and Hong Kong was always the catalyst, was always the beginning, if you like, the spark of potential future, sour relations from China and other parts of the world. And whatever happens with that, Hong Kong will always be remembered as that spark. I just think it's just an incredible time. And it's touched me more than I ever thought it would. And it's made me connect with the city more than I ever thought I could. And I think, just it's been a privilege to report from the front line, and to take photos and to, be part of this time in history in Hong Kong. yeah, so I think Hong Kong will always be in the heart for me.